by the right of the council, by the will of the Force. Welcome back into another episode of the Galaxy Famous, Halcyon approved Jedi Talk podcast. You need to, you want to, you desire, by the will of the Force, like I made mention, to follow us at Jedi Talk Podcast on Instagram, youtube.com/Jedi Talk. About 2/3 of all of the High Council is here, and half of the regular council is here. But let's get going. I am Tom Oakley. I told you where to follow us. And we are fresh off the heels of a fantastic interview with former... Let me just make sure I get that out there. Former...
Spell it out, I guess.
Former... Former... Well, what do I have in here? I mean, everything I have in here is technically kind of owned by Disney, but nothing is just shoots out. I just want to talk to former
there you go.
Galactic Star Cruiser actor Adam Reilly. Great episode. We're going to talk about that in a second. We're fresh off the heels of it. So much love from the community. I just want to jump into talking with it here, but I'd be remiss if I don't introduce that half of the regular council I was talking about. He may have just gotten off a bot too. We don't know. But we do know that he's here tonight directly in front of me. Evan T. Boucher. Evan, how the hell are you?
Diga and good journey. I did mention last week before we jumped into talking to Adam how I am retiring Hello There, so I can keep honoring the Halcyon with their Adiga is something that they don't really use, but it's in their lore, in their lexicon. So.
I remember when you were saying that, when you said that last week when we talked to him, which was...
Yeah, I've literally only heard it used on the ship once, but it is official Halcyon terminology.
It was
so I'm going
about
to use it.
Exactly a week ago that we had our interview with Adam. So let's just...
and you said that you don't know if I'm fresh off of Batu, but I still haven't been.
Wow.
I don't know, man.
I was there yesterday.
Taylor said she went a couple days ago, and she said it just felt weird. Just knowing that half the movie of Galaxy's Edge is gone, or is going to be gone. Maybe over half the movie, because when you think about it, it's a whole movie, that whole experience. Because it's
it is.
Last Jedi happens, and then all of the Halcyon and Galaxy's Edge is a whole movie, and then Episode 9 happens. So it's can you imagine watching...
Yeah, the Galactic Star
Jedi,
Cruiser was Episode 8.5.
Yeah. Can you imagine just turning off a movie 30% into it, though? Because that's what Galaxy's Edge is now. You just go see 30% of a movie.
It is. I mean, especially with what we've seen with the Star Cruiser, because...
Yeah.
And we can get there. We will get there, especially when we talk. And tonight we're double dipping. Evan and I are recording this podcast. Brad's not here tonight. I should say that. He will be here later. I'm sure he'll talk about the pretty cool tiki bar that he's at tonight. I don't want to steal any of the thunder there.
Oh yeah, looks dope though. I'm trying to look at his pictures, but not look at his pictures.
Right. So he'll give a little breakdown when he's back. But he'll be here. We are joining the Heroes of the Halcyon podcast this evening, joining them. Special guests to their show, special guests on our show. I'm going to try to record it from my end. Winston's going to come in. Hey, buddy, come on in. Take a load off.
Hi, Winston.
Yeah, he's coming
There's
in, checking
a seat
out.
over there. Do you want to sit?
Making sure that things are going well. Yeah, it's a good boy. Don't knock anything over. We're going to join Heroes of the Halcyon, record that tonight. They're out in Arizona, it seems like. My old stomping ground, so I'll have to...
Yeah, I still don't really know for sure if all three of them live in the same vicinity.
Well, somebody's in Arizona. Somebody's in the desert. Yeah. It's hot out there. So we did mention hot off the heels of that Adam Reilly interview. So we want to, again, throw the most gracious thank you to Adam for coming on with us. And that was just, Brad had said it. He called it a cathartic interview, a cathartic experience. I think... Evan said it last week, helping you with the news of the closure.
Yeah.
It makes me personally feel better about a few things that we had been struggled with that we'd made mention forever ago. I think one of our listeners called it the Sammy file.
Right.
But it was just a great time and chat, and one of the coolest things, it was a week ago that we got to sit down and interview Adam. It's been so tremendous. And Evan, I don't know how much of this you have seen. And we were talking a little bit before the podcast that you may not have seen all of this because you just got done listening to the episode itself.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of these yet. But.
So we've gotten so much. I'm talking about all of you, so much love from the community.
And I'm not surprised because this is the best community I've been a part of.
So I'd like to read them because
Please do.
I'd like to give them the love and attention that they deserve. And I'm hoping that if you haven't read this on one of our social medias yet, that Adam, if you're listening to this, that you hear and see this, I hope you see this online too. And people, if you haven't had a chance to listen to the episode yet, go back and listen to it, and then come read the love. So these are on a public post. So if I mention the username, I'm trying to give a shout out. Enigmanit. I don't know. Okay. They have a public profile. Michael Jones is their name. I've been a Galactic Star Cruiser booking specialist at Disney since April of 22. Only a few weeks after Star Cruiser opened up. I've spent 13 months talking to people booking Star Cruiser and to people giving feedback. I've never worked for something that was so wholly loved. I did get to go aboard the Halcyon in January, and Adam was Croy on my voyage. That's special. Me and my family were so amazed by the whole experience. We all just loved Adam's performance. I'm going to miss it.
Dang, yeah.
That's coming from somebody who books these vacations for these individuals. Wow. Thank you for that. We got a heart from Jill, 3.75-inch punch. I like that. Adam was our Croy in September of 22, and easily our favorite character and performance. Just amazing. I couldn't agree more with you.
They follow me and interact with me a lot on Instagram.
Do they? Excellent.
I'm well versed with them.
Hello there. Oh, well can I say it now?
You can say it. Yeah,
I don't know, but it doesn't feel right.
I'm retiring.
I take that back, 3.75-inch punch. Andy Sings. I'm such an Adam Reilly, and they've tagged them in there, a super fan, like interacting with him as Croy was a serious high point in my nerd life. I think you can relate.
I can definitely relate. Yeah. Me and Taylor both.
Oh, definitely. It's a high point in my Star Wars fandom, yeah. Vacation Fairy Sarah, who interacts with us a lot, I know is a listener. Wow, what a fantastic episode. Thank you so much. Brooke McDonald. Now, Brooke,
dang, okay.
We appreciate the love there.
Yeah.
Now, Brooke, I know...
she's written several highly acclaimed articles for the Star Cruiser.
You want to talk about that real quick?
I forget where... forgive me, I forget where they were published. Was it like... I'm obviously legit publications, but like...
Oh, I'm looking at... I believe the one you're talking about specifically got real popular with Insider. It published with Insider. Yeah. I'm looking at their link tree right now. Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser is the most ambitious, innovative thing Disney's ever done. It's a shame it's shutting down. Isn't that the article? It's this tremendous article.
It is.
I remember seeing it making the rounds within the community. If you guys have not read that yet, I highly recommend.
Yeah, if you're just looking to feel better about it, read that.
Insider, written by Brooke McDonald, titled "Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser is the most ambitious, innovative thing Disney's ever done. It's a shame it's shutting down. We agree." So she left a comment. Wonderful episode, phenomenal guest. We could not agree more.
100%.
Thank you so much. Splash Mountaineer. I love that name. Wonderful
R.I.P.
episode.
as of yesterday.
Yeah, Disneyland. Yeah.
Gone from America, no longer.
Right. The only ones left in Tokyo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonderful episode. Thank you, with a green heart. Stormtrooper guy. Gary.
Is that you?
Is that you, Gary? My first Halcyon trip was May of 2022. I had watched a bunch of spoiler videos before my journey, and my number one hope was that Adam Reilly would be Lieutenant Croy. And he was. Absolutely stole the show, and I have a First Order Loyalist badge to prove it.
Yeah, me too. I got that. I made sure I screenshotted it. Nerd. I've gotten it both voyages, so I'll get it again if I'm lucky enough to go on a third time. I'm still trying, by the way. I'm still doing whatever
we'll
I
get
can.
into that. My Lord, will we get into that?
Yeah.
That's anyway. We're positive right now. We're talking about the love from the episode. Then we'll get into the shit.
Like
Evan.
we've said, like if I don't get on it, I'm at peace with it.
I am.
It's on. I'm still trying, obviously, but if not, I'm okay.
I'm having a kid. I can't afford to do it again.
Yeah.
J42, brilliant episode. Really enjoyed this. Boarding Game Cantina, very cool. Can't wait to check this out.
Both of them interact with me a lot on Instagram.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I love them.
I hope that Boarding Game Cantina got a chance. Cocktail 4528, DM promoted on Star Wars Galaxy. So I replied under the Jedi Talk name with, please check with our manager at Kyle's Mom 69420 Wookiee Tree.
There we go. Had to get a joke in there somewhere.
Stupid
I love it.
Bitch. All right.
Which is canon on the Halcyon. Kyle's mom.
Oh, it sure is. And that reel is continuing to grow.
Has it been, at least 3 times? Both of your voyages?
Yes.
And at least one?
No. Our first voyage was Pinky and the Brain.
Oh, that's right. So one is at least twice.
At least twice.
You and Brad did it once, and another passenger did it.
Brooke told us that somebody came back and said we're
Yeah.
going to name that one Kyle's mom.
Like I said again, if I do get to go, I'm going to do it. I'll
you.
make it a third time.
All right, here are our comments from Facebook. We do have one from Facebook from loyal listener Matt Navarez. This has to be one of the best Jedi talks ever. And this is my favorite comment that we got. I love all of them, but seeing this from Matt's different because he hasn't been on the Halcyon.
Oh,
And he,
sorry.
I don't know how much he's seen, right? This has to be one of the best Jedi talks ever. Just hearing Adam as Adam made me understand how you guys would have loved him as Croy. Just great. I cannot agree more, Matt.
Yeah.
Former guest, going to be a future guest. Obviously, we'll get Matt back on here probably around Andor Season 2 when the two of these idiots can't comprehend how good Star Wars TV is.
I keep saying it's going to be good and bring me around. Freaking, what's the last show? Bad Batch did it. So I have complete faith.
Bad Batch just expanded on what I thought was good to exist, but man, Season 2 crushed it.
Miles ahead.
Crushed
Streets ahead if you're a community fan like me.
Yeah. Here we go. I posted in a few Star Cruiser groups, so we got some comments there. My boyfriend and I, this is from Joe LaRue. My boyfriend and I love this interview. Thank you so much for doing it. Our voyage was last week, and this really helped us process the closing in a positive way. See, the comments like that, seeing that kind of stuff, thank you for sharing that with us, everybody, because that, it's just big to us. We've been passengers and done a better job at Disney at marketing this thing than they have. And tried to get the word on there. And hell, we've helped people. We've helped listeners. They've reached out to us before voyages, and we've got the tip about naming the fish.
Yeah,
we told them
all kinds of stuff, just how to do costumes, how to make a character.
Lebeth met somebody after mine and Brad's a month or so after that said, "I heard them talking about you on the HoloNet." Well, when we were talking about that,
look at that.
I know it's crazy.
But that was our whole point of the interview. Obviously, we wanted to talk to Adam to get to know him. But it just, as soon as we sat down, we realized that the whole point was to help all of us, listener and people there in the room, deal with it.
And then in the unofficial Lieutenant Croy fan club.
Hey, I'm a part of that. No surprise.
Me too. I posted in there. We got a lot of love from this one. So Amy says, Lieutenant Croy loved all the wit and depth he brought to the character. Was so sad when he left. Definitely made me want to go First Order. Great hearing his stories and wish him all the best in his current endeavors. We agree. Then somebody said, yay, and tagged Adam.
Nice.
Then somebody, Russell, commented under that and said, Adam was Croy for my voyage, and I couldn't be happier. My only regret is not getting around to sending a cast member compliment because of the excitement. Then a few people tagging people in there, just like, hey, this was our Croy, check it out. Nicole said Lieutenant Croy is the best person. Sammy, not our mechanic Sammy. This is a different Sammy. Lieutenant Croy runs the ship. For the order. Laugh face, laugh face.
Yes.
Another for the order from Kevin. Emily says, love me some Adam Reilly Croy. He was incredible. Another for the order. Wow. Lots of First Order love on these posts. Deborah says, this was excellent. So much of what Adam said has resonated with me. My backstory was that I was a retired seamstress, and upon meeting Lieutenant Croy, I told him I had made clothing for his grandmother, Lucretia Croy. I love this already.
I love that.
I thought it was just fun to mention, but Adam repeatedly used that during the 2 days. That's spectacular.
It's canon. His grandmother is Lucretia.
Your there you go. Yep. I was so amazed about how our stories all became woven into the dialogue. I cherish every moment I experienced on my cruise with the entire cast and crew. It was a truly incredible experience and one I remember for life. Deborah, that was a spectacular story.
Yeah, I've never really put it that way either. Our stories get woven into the dialogue.
Exactly.
I've never thought about that.
Well, that's what. Remember when you and I did the Holocron?
Yeah.
When Ray mentioned my name 2 or 3 times. It's like that. It's even just a name drop. It's just kind of like a. Like a dumb idiot looking into the headlights.
Millions and not millions, but all the posts I've made about the Saja helping me on this last cruise, my story got woven into Saja's dialogue.
It absolutely did.
Which just helped the whole Saja story of our cruise.
Denise, can't wait to listen to this. Adam, I've heard, is a talented actor who writes music too. That is true. We didn't get a chance to talk about music, but on a future episode.
Oh yeah. That's
future
a side
episode.
of him we need to dive into.
I'm looking forward to the next time we get a chance
He's
to
a
chat with
talented
Adam.
painter, too. He's painting some pictures of Jackson for us.
Oh, is he?
So, yeah.
Awesome.
He's just a talented dude. What can't he do?
I was just wondering if... Oh, and then somebody asked, I was just wondering if anyone got him to sing in character. And then somebody else responded, I think that would break the fourth wall. It probably would.
I don't know if an actor, a performer or actor would, but I've heard a story. I believe it was on Heroes of the Halcyon, actually. Yeah, it was. That the departure day, the very last passengers off on the May the 4th cruise that just happened, was speaking with a passenger service member over the course of their cruise. But they had learned that passenger service member was like a classically trained opera singer.
Oh, wow.
Like legit, not just part of their character, but like legit.
Yeah.
So as they were boarding like the launch pod to leave the ship, the passenger service member sang some opera in the atrium.
Oh, man, that's cool.
Like, it's not a performer and a 100% character, but like, yeah, that's happened. And I can imagine the acoustics in that atrium probably beautiful.
That's got to be incredible.
Yeah.
Jenny says, when I saw he was our Croy on our second voyage, our path I had went out the window and switched to follow him around for 2 days. LOL. That's what her plan switched to follow him around for 2 days. Winston, I'm a huge theater geek, and Adam's performance was one of the best I've seen on any stage. I've never laughed so much. He's the best. Heart. Sue says, thanks so much for this podcast. Well, finally somebody said it. I feel so fortunate to have experienced a Star Cruiser voyage at least one time. It was the best cast ever. This made it easier to accept the sad news and remember the great time our family had. Thanks. Then Ashla says, I really hope they keep this character in the park.
Well, not officially Lieutenant Croy,
yeah,
but the Batu lieutenant
kind of in there, yeah.
is Lieutenant. It's the same character, just different name. So it's kind of there. And that's actually how Lieutenant Croy began.
Yeah.
Was, I mean, as we've heard a little bit from Adam,
right.
But, that character on Batu helped them workshop
Absolutely.
a character for the Star Cruiser.
Absolutely. Jim said, just finished listening to the entire show. Great job, and please send thanks to Adam for his insights and amazing work. I'm fairly sure he was a different Lieutenant Croy when I saw him back in 2019.
Yeah,
Cheers.
that's the one in Batu we're saying. So, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and he posted a picture of Lieutenant Croy getting choked in front of 2 stormtroopers by Kylo Ren. You could see Evan in there looking dead on.
I'm probably there, honestly.
Yeah, he probably is, actually.
In 2019, I was there probably at least, I'm not kidding, probably at least 200 days out of the 365.
Yeah. We've made 2 voyages. This Brian says this. We've made 2 voyages. He was our Croy on the second voyage. I wasn't going to do the first order track, but he won me over. He made the voyage really special for both me and my wife. Thank you, Adam. Colleen says, I love him so much. My biggest regret is not interacting with him more. Thank you for posting this. I look forward to listening. Wow. I mean, yeah, it's so many stories about like how many minds he's changed when people is like, oh, he's our Croy. Winston's trying to talk and he just wants pets.
Yeah, he's getting all the pets.
Whore, yeah.
But
that's okay. He deserves it.
I think that's going to be our biggest regret, honestly, for all of, at least me anyway, for all the characters. Even I did talk to Croy a lot, and I have talked to Wraith a lot, but I'm still going to never talk to them enough once they're gone. I'm still going to be like, oh, I wish I could speak to them one more time.
Krisha, as I listen to your podcast, I'm trying to figure out if Adam was our Lieutenant Croy. Yeah, he was, Winston. And yes, she attached a picture that was him.
Nice.
And then some people are speculating a few things. I won't read that on air. He was our Croy, and Marianne says he was our Croy and was fantastic. Literally chased me about at dinner to the point he threw himself over a hand sanitizer station and nearly broke character. I laughed so much. Thanks for making this. And then Marianne posted actually a picture of Croy with our Captain Kevin.
Hey, there we go.
Doug says, hilariously funny and talented crew member. We were lucky he was our Lieutenant Croy. And finally, we have one from Rhonda. He was our Lieutenant Croy last year in April. He was amazing. He is amazing. My husband and I got the shout out from him. We had the best time. I couldn't agree more. Man, could you believe it, Evan? And people, I still got more love.
Internet being positive?
I got YouTube comments. Yeah, like I'm actually the reason why.
Okay, let me say that again. The Star Wars internet being positive.
The reason why I'm going through this is because I do want to share that people are moved by this.
Yeah. If anything else, I'm sure there's thousands of things even we've said and posted, but if anything else, Disney should just see how the Star Wars internet fandom is actually civil and polite about something, and that's the something that they're getting rid of. So.
Yep. Finarfin. Sorry if I said that name wrong. I'm sure. Amazing LARPers. OMG, I would have done anything to be able to experience that voyage. It is so sad to see it close. What a rare treasure it was. Those visitors, especially the children, will never forget you. Carrie says, life regret, not experiencing Adam's brilliance as Croy. Also, I have Hatties flashcards and spoke with Wani during my voyage, and will do that again for my final two. Damn, she has two. Early June and early August. Super fun.
Nice.
Adam, also, thank you for mentioning that being cared for / taking care of aspect of the experience. Mm-hmm. So profoundly meaningful and true. Whoops. I accidentally looked at Brad's response. Deborah said, I love this. Adam's Lieutenant Croy really made my cruise the best experience of my life. Thanks for this. A year later, and the memories are still so special. Dana said, Adam is awesome. His Lieutenant Croy was the highlight of our voyage. See, we're hearing that. Highlights.
That's when I got off last year, that was the word I kept using to talk about him.
You got off on the Halcyon? Good Lord.
Right, yeah. Multiple times.
Multiple.
Hey,
wait.
But no, like that's the phrase I kept bringing up when I would post it on Instagram was every interaction with him was the highlight, or when he chased us down to say this was the highlight.
Yep.
Like, that's what he did.
Richard says, we had Adam as our Lieutenant Croy this past November. My wife wore a Wookiee fur vest, and he did not skip a beat.
Oh, dang.
Is that real Wookiee fur? Then he whispered, I like it. The whole experience was literally one of the best we have had anywhere. And while everyone was absolutely incredible, Lieutenant Croy stole the show. Many thanks, Adam, for your hard work as Lieutenant Croy. Rodil, I don't know, ROHDIL, just started listening and loving so far. Thank you. I hope you love the rest. I was a Zabrak, right?
Yeah, that's like Darth Maul.
Yeah. I don't know why I wanted to call it Zabrak. I was a Zabrak on my Star Cruiser voyage, and he promised the First Order he would help my horns to grow bigger. I showed up to the First Order meeting super early to make sure I could stand next to him on the bridge. A couple people cannot wait to hear this. From Matthew, Clive says, another Jedi Talk triumph. Now, I agree with that comment there, Clive.
Easily, yeah.
Somebody asked about Adam's social media. Michael said Adam was Croy on my voyage in January, and he was fantastic. Yes, he was. Jordan, he is great. I'm going to miss him, tear-faced. Jennifer, I'm devastated that I never got to go on Star Cruiser and now never will. Well, that's a bad way to start that comment. We're sorry, Jennifer. Mm-hmm. We were saving up for a 2025 voyage. I watched nearly all YouTube footage with Adam's Lieutenant Croy. He always seemed so sincere and oddly sweet for a First Order officer.
Yeah.
That's what
made him lovable.
I was hoping to talk to him as my Star Wars persona, and hoping to talk to him as and see if I could convince him that the First Order was in the wrong. Ooh, I like that.
That would have been fun, especially you get Kevin going with you too.
For sure,
that would be fun.
Absolutely gutted. Very happy that he had a blast though. Jennifer, I want to take advice from what Adam said in our interview. If you're listening to this, and if you're ever going to get a chance to go back to Batuu if you haven't been there before, or go back on Batuu, find the First Order officer out there who is walking around. There's some fantastic people out there. I think it'll be different, but I think you could, just like Adam said, you don't have to let it die. You could do these kind of things at home. Hell, you can do these things on Galaxy's Edge and live out your own story. That's still there.
Yeah.
You can go do that with that First Order officer. I don't know. I still think that'd be worthwhile, like letting your creativity come through that way. One more mention here, and then we're done with the comments. Joe said, okay. Joe's like, did you guys just spoil Survivor for me? And I responded to this, no, we did not spoil Survivor. I made one mention of somebody's name who was mentioned in a conversation with Eno Cordova.
Yeah, it was like Qui-Gon. I was going to say, what do we even say? But we just said Qui-Gon.
Yeah, it's I didn't
say the
shit.
thing that you discovered recently.
I did not
we didn't
say
that.
No. And I know maybe we could briefly mention that with a spoiler later, but
yeah. I guess we have to say spoiler warning now for Survivor.
I would, because I do know, and this isn't a bit. I'm not making fun of him in this point, but I know Kyle hasn't. He's close to finishing the main story.
Oh, nice. Okay, I didn't know he had started.
Yeah,
sweet.
And then he's got some I told him to immediately do the bounty hunter thing when he's done with the main
Yeah.
story. I
Yeah.
said, you've got to do that. So that was, thank you for the love and the positivity. Like, look, the internet can spit out some positivity back.
Yeah.
And that's great. And like I said, we are going to have Adam on definitely more times in the future. But ultimately, all of that love is coming out, and the Star Cruiser sold out its final voyages in
like
hours.
9 hours. So take that for what you will.
I mean, I'll say it, where the hell were all of you? I understand that this creates demand, but
I feel like maybe over half of us were repeat bookings. They were like, I have to say my goodbyes. But the other half, where have you been? Why did you say, oh, now I have to do it?
I still see so many people who still haven't gotten in.
Yeah.
It's a little odd to me that there's like all of a sudden this sort of, it's people are getting, I think people are getting, I mean, like, look, to be completely honest, it's not getting burnt out talking about it, but it's just like nothing's going to change.
No.
And
No.
thinking about it now, right? Disney's saving $300 million on it, but they have to depreciate and destroy it. So everybody keeps saying reopen it as a Star Wars hotel. Which building
would be awful. First off,
exactly. But that building has to be destroyed as is if they're going to save that $300 million, and they have to start from scratch.
I don't know. They might get their legal team on that and find a way. Be like, hey, we took out the lights on the inside, so it's different now. I'm sure they can find some loophole.
Well, yeah, but like, what do you repurpose the building then as?
Yeah, I don't know.
Right?
I'm not smart enough to speculate on that.
I
also don't want to.
I don't think I want to. Yeah.
There's nothing you could do that's gonna be that again, and I don't know if I would even visit whatever it comes back as, if it does come back. Like, I don't think I can bring myself to do it, to see the corpse of like what it was.
What if they what if they literally thought, guys, all this is just a theme change, and they get past their legal people and they come back and it's Voyage to Hoth and Voyage to Bespin and Voyage to it's like it's basically Halcyon with Luke, Anakin, Vader, or no, Luke, Vader, Obi-Wan, all that shit. Yoda.
Yeah, if they do that, if it's just as good as what they have now with a different story or timeline, then yes, I'll do it, of course. But I don't have any official feeling, or official knowledge, obviously. But I feel like that's not happening.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to speculate.
No, I know. We shouldn't speculate, and what we should do is continue to celebrate it, in which we have. We are continuing to celebrate it,
and there's still 4 months of it, so
there is
plenty of time to keep celebrating.
Yep. I don't know. Are there still weeks where they have like cruises that they might have done in the past, like the midweek cruises? Are those still available, or are they just?
Yeah, because starting in October it was supposed to be the 2 weeks, 2 cruises a week. So they closed it before they got to the thing they announced happening.
So, like when they were booking, did those dates reopen, or are they still like dates that they're not using those cruises? So, like in theory, those weeks could open up. I mean, I can't go look at the.
No,
you know what I mean? Like if they were originally going to take October 10th off because there was the quote unquote downtime, will they reopen those dates now?
No, for not like October 10th. Anything past October is gone.
Oh duh.
Forever.
Oh duh.
Because yeah, that's what I'm saying. They announced starting in October we're only doing 2 a week.
Oh.
But then they announced actually we're not going to be open in October.
Oh, I thought they did that already. Never mind.
No, it was supposed to start in
That's
October.
why I'm an idiot. Okay.
No, it's okay. It's weird plans and patterns there.
That's all.
Doesn't make sense.
And then like that Shop Disney contest, like
that was still going on.
It was and
fully.
It like ended the other day. I saw somebody post about it.
Yeah, I entered every single day.
Did it say what dates you were that you might win?
No, it didn't give a date, so it could have been any date.
I've always thought that it would be better for them to pick somebody local to do that, so they don't have to pay for somebody's flight.
Yeah.
What's more, like, what is there more to say about?
Yeah, that's the thing. There really
the Star
isn't,
Cruiser closing. There
aside
isn't, right?
from everything I've already posted and
Right?
everything we said with Adam.
I was just gonna say, I think the best thing we could have done was kind of close it down with Adam.
100%.
It's frustrating. We're not in the business proposition to discuss like the money and I don't know.
Definitely not financially smart enough to do that, and I probably never will be. But
no,
I just know they lost a lot of money that was guaranteed because I would have gone. I don't know.
I know
probably
but
another 15
That's the
times
thing.
over the course of my life, probably. I'm not kidding. Like, probably 15
The operational
times.
costs would, like, they've got to be out the ass. One day we'll find out.
Yeah,
One day
they'll
we'll find
release
out.
it. There'll be a book about it in 10, 20 years. And
You know, I think I don't want to, like, I think we should give it a proper send-off in September when it does officially fly
right.
away.
That's smart.
And now we just continue to celebrate it. So,
Yep, I love that.
Um,
That's my plan on like Instagram and everything.
Yeah.
100%.
I think we can celebrate it by bitching about the potential for Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie, because I did see a little news about him. He apparently got out there talking to someone. I don't know who the hell it was. I'm too lazy to look it up, but saying that he has a Star Wars story, but he's just like looking for the middle. I was like, okay.
So he's got a beginning and an end.
Yeah,
He just doesn't know how to get
And he's like,
from point A to
and
point B.
he said he goes back and he looks like all the greats that came before him, and he's like, I can't just simply have like a humanoid character with his alien sidekick. You know, I got to figure something else out. Was essentially his.
Yes and no, because like that's kind of the Star Wars formula.
Yeah, I know.
Like, Fallen Order and Survivor.
He's
is-
probably
are
like
great,
he's
but that's
prob-
kind of the
yeah.
formula,
He's probably like, I can't make it funny. I don't
You
know how to
can.
make this funny without Thor.
right? I
No,
don't
no,
know.
and it wasn't funny. Do you think we're going to get the movie in 2025? Like the one with Ray? Do you think that's really going to come out?
I don't know if 2025 sounds plausible right now. That's a year and a half.
It is like.
Jeez, because we
wouldn't
just
they
started
have
June.
to? Wouldn't they have to start like be recording that? Or,
Yeah, filming
not
and-
filming.
Yeah, recording.
Jesus
It's a
Christ.
podcast, actually. The whole movie.
Yeah, the whole movie's a
podcast.
wow. It'd be a terrible.
The Calrissian
It's still
Chronicles.
better than Last Jedi. Get back in the basement, you fucking cock.
I don't know, man. That sounds like it's so close. I don't think so. I
I
feel
don't
like
think
it's
that's
gonna
gonna
get.
happen, yeah.
I feel like it's gonna get pushed.
Yeah, I don't think it probably will get pushed. But people are gonna bitch about it anyway because it's Daisy Ridley. So,
Yeah. I don't
We're
know, man. I'm excited for it. Obviously.
what other Star Wars news kind of going on this
I
week?
don't even know. You've been
I've been-
flying through the side quests of Survivor.
I have, and spoiler alert. Oh, whoops!
Whoop.
I meant to
Yoda
do the
said no
censor. Yeah.
spoilers.
No spoiler. Shut the fuck up, Yoda.
We'll talk soon, Kyle's mom.
Thanks, Sage. That'll be our spoiler alert drop from here on out. It'll be this.
We'll talk soon, Kyle's mom.
Kyle, that means to shut off.
pretty
Kyle made a comment earlier today, Evan. I have to tell you about this because he takes his pot shots at Jedi Talk, and he's like, I'm happy they canceled the Halcyon, so you guys never get to go on it again. And then Brad said, we're happy you never got to go on that. And then I said, like, if Kyle had to go on the Halcyon, SK620 would have self-destructed and blew himself up or itself up. And D3 would have jumped out the fucking 13th floor or whatever the hell she's on,
Yeah.
13th deck or whatever the hell she's on. Kyle would just ruin the Halcyon. Like, for the first time, like every other thousands of those cruises that went smoothly, Kyle would somehow screw it up. I can guarantee it. So maybe the Star Cruiser closing is a good thing, so Kyle Cosentino doesn't get on there.
Possibly. I don't know. You mentioned D3, and my brain was like, man, as much as I hated her, I would love to hear her voice again. Like,
Yeah, rip on Kyle and say Kyle's mom is hot or something. So,
I'm sure there's
so
something
spoiler
programmed in
alert, dumbasses, mainly Kyle. Spoiler alert to dumbass Kyle to not listen if you haven't done the Assassins yet and Survivor or anybody else who hasn't done it. The bounty hunter, her name is Cage, I believe. You're working with her and you have to get 16 bounties and you keep going to her.
It's not like Batu bounty hunters.
Just
Just better, of course.
You know what's hilarious? When Evan first saw this game and we were on Kobo, he was like, "This could have been Batu," and he was pretty pissed.
Yes, yeah, yes and no, but mostly yes.
Well, what's
But I was
funny
the
is
same
like,
way with Bad Batch. Like
it-
Sid's place could have been Oga's Cantina, and it
I
could have
know.
been Oga. But
you're 1,000% right. When I was doing the bounties for Cage, it's like this is just bounty hunter but cooler
yeah,
because I get to use the lightsaber against these
Right.
guys. Yeah. So you get these locations and you go and do it. You have to collect 16 bounties, and then you go back to her in Pylon Saloon, and there's a data pad there that gives you her location that basically says back to where it all started, back to where you get the first bounty from her, and you guys actually saw me meet her for the first time
yeah,
when you were watching. So you're back at that spot, and then she reveals that, oh, I've just been baiting you to take out all the competition, and I'm going to bring you in because Cal's got a bounty on him. From the Empire. So all these bounty hunters are, mostly from the Haxian Brood, Sork Tormo's bunch, are ganging up against him. So you have an epic fight with her. She's fairly difficult, which she should be. And then towards the end of the fight, when you're basically about ready to beat her, a shot comes down from above and comes down this. You just see these legs, kind of like off whitish green boots, and they land, and it pan up.
Do they have spurs on them?
They do.
Oh, okay.
You pan up, and it's Boba Fett.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. 1,000% Boba Fett, y'all.
Yeah. When you sent this picture in the group, I thought it was like a mod or like
Nope.
something that was fake that you sent us. And then I was like, oh, that would be cool. But you're like, no, that's real.
It is
I'm
100%
like,
voiced by Tamara Morrison.
Oh, that's cool.
He's there, and he basically explains that he's there because way early in the game, way early in the game, when you're on Coruscant, you see two billboards. One's Cal, and it's obvious there's a bounty out for him, and next to him is Cage, but you haven't met her yet.
Oh, so your brain doesn't like register.
It doesn't register who that is.
That's cool.
So there's a bounty out for her, and Boba Fett is picking it up.
He picked up that one, but not Cal's.
Right, and
Dang.
he told Cal he wanted nothing to do with him because he's not here for her. And Cage and Boba apparently have history together. And he's like, I'm not here to pick you up. And Cal was just like, Cal said something to him, and then Boba Fett was basically made two things clear. One, that Boba Fett would whoop his ass if he could. And second, he's like, I've dealt with Jedi before. And he has.
Yeah, I was going to say, at this point.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's young. He's younger. He's probably just like,
Yeah, he's not Sarlacc food yet.
No,
yeah,
not quite.
He kind of helped his dad with Obi-Wan, so he's seen that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and of course all the things in the Clone Wars where he
I've
dealt
seen
with a lot of. Still as a kid, but yeah.
Yeah, he was a kid. I've seen some comments that people love this better than Book of Boba Fett, and this is like a couple of minutes.
You can't blame him.
No,
like we've said, you take out the Luke stuff, and like Book of Boba Fett was fine. It's not bad. That's fine.
It's all right.
Yeah. But like with the Luke stuff,
Luke stuff
it's
is
great.
well, episode 5 and 6 for sure.
Yeah, but that's really cool that they brought him in for that. I'm sure it was just he was recording lines or doing a scene for Book of Boba Fett, and they're like, "Hey, can you just record this?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I'll do it."
I am 100% explorative everywhere except like Kobo. I'm only 70% explored. Kobo is enormous. There's so many rumors to do. Like you have to keep talking. We keep talking, or you have to keep talking to like people in the saloon. There's like a, I think he's either Chiss or Pantoran in there.
Oh yeah, those do look pretty similar.
Yeah,
right? Yeah, it's hard to tell.
I'm gonna assume he's
Pantorans have the markings, like the yellow is gold.
Yeah.
Chiss are just red eye, blue face. Yeah.
The only reason I say Chiss is because he looks like just a smaller Thrawn.
Yeah, it's probably a Chiss then.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't know if I've just been disconnected from the typical Star Wars news because, like, man, we got hit heavy with some news a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
a week and a half ago, we had that big episode, and we're going to continue talking about it later with our buddies at Heroes of the Halcyon. How has your week been otherwise?
No, yeah, I think you've kind of nailed it there. Like, we're all kind of disconnected, some of us more so than other. Like, I think Brad's still pretty plugged into the news, and I don't think there's really been any news.
Must not have, yeah.
Yeah, I've been, I finally kind of have like slowly seeped back into watching some Star Wars content.
Oh,
so
really?
I've been trying to catch up on the Young Jedi Adventures. So I can see the Batuu episode. Haven't seen it yet. I have 3 episodes
like way
left,
at the end
so
or
it must be
something?
like the last one.
Jeez.
I have like 3 left, so they're cute. I like them. Like the last one I watched was probably like the quote worst one, but like
the worst.
But like it's for kids. They're for like 5-year-olds, so they're fine. I enjoy them. They're cute.
They're for Kyle. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Here's a headline on StarWarsNewsNet.com. George Lucas came up with the name of Axe Woves on the set of The Mandalorian Season 2.
Oh,
there you go.
It's a good name.
Good to know. D Squad returns a new miniseries as part of Marvel's Star Wars Dark Droids. The picture is IG-11 R2-D2, a pit droid, Zero, that assassin droid, 3PO, I think, and Chopper.
Interesting. I didn't know that was like a thing.
Yeah, just a comic series.
Huh.
Good stuff.
Yeah. But like aside from that, I went and saw Little Mermaid this week.
Oh yeah, what'd you think about that? I saw Little Mermaid as well. Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay, yeah. I want to hear what you think too. I'm pretty sure Brad hasn't seen it, and I'm pretty sure Brad's gonna hate parts of it.
Oh, the worst part of that movie was the Scuttlebutt song.
Oh, see, like
Lin-Manuel Miranda just
vacuum?
needs to retire.
in a vacuum, I love it, but that was like, what is happening? Why are we just like having a rap battle right now in between?
It's
in a vacuum, I love
Lin-Manuel
the song.
Miranda.
Yeah.
Like that's.
But, like,
I
even the-
didn't even have to look. I
Like
knew
the
it was
camera
him.
zooms when like Sebastian like crosses his claws over and is like, "Yo, what's the yo
Yeah.
whoa, whoa?" I'm like, "What is what?"
Yeah, it was bad.
That was weird. Yeah, in a vacuum though, I do like the song, but in the movie, not really. But I think I'll just start as a whole. Like, it's the best live action remake, and I actually would say it's a good movie, which is good and bad because yeah, it's a good movie. I'm glad I spent
Shocked
money,
to be
and
hearing
I'm
this
glad
out
I
of him.
watched it, but it also sucks because now Disney's not going to stop making these.
Here,
It's like they finally found a good one.
let's just in case you haven't heard it. Just in case you haven't heard it. Of course, it doesn't work. Keep talking.
Thanks.
Sort of fucking God, I
But
hate technology. With
That's the good and bad
passion,
news. Is like they
stupid ass.
finally, after 15 tries, made one that is good. Like most people are going to say is pretty good, and they like it. So now Disney's never going to stop. We're going to get Fox and the Hound
There we
live
go.
action remake.
There we go. I'll let it ring for a second.
I have been
Hey,
trying
wake
to
up,
learn
wake-
the words.
God damn it.
Wake up!
What?
Hey, have you not heard the scuttlebutt?
Your butt.
No, the gossip, the buzz, the who said what, who does that, yeah, the scuttlebutt. Well, I was flying over land and sea and ear to the ground. Then I came flying here for you to see and hear what I found. Remember that swat when I dropped that scuttlebutt? Okay, now huddle up, buttercup. From the women who wash all the clothes to the hunter who arrows the bows, the chatter all over the palace is that your Prince Eric is gonna propose. What? To somebody.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not talented, but it's terrible. I mean, in my honest opinion, if you like it, that's fine.
If it was a song in Hamilton, it's fine. But like,
Yeah, but it's
that's
just
the
like,
whole
I'm
vibe
so-
of Hamilton was
I'm-
that style.
It's not for me. Hamilton's not for me. Like singing, not for those are not for me. But God, there's something about Lin-Manuel that drives me crazy. I don't get it. The way he writes these songs, it's like because
Yeah.
it's like don't be the Megadeth of like musicals. You know, change it up every now and again.
See, that's the thing. I still like him, but I still, especially the further and further we've gone on, he's just one note. Like that's his thing. That song, all of his songs kind of sound like that,
The best thing
Which,
he ever
you
did
know.
was Fatwa for Curb Your Enthusiasm.
right? But so, like, aside from that, though, like Hallie's voice was
Oh, she was
amazing.
phenomenal. Yeah.
I don't know. Part of it was like hearing a beautiful voice, which Jodie's is obviously beautiful too, but hearing it come from and seeing the live action, seeing the human or not human, the mermaid, whatever, the real person singing it hit me different than seeing a cartoon singing it.
Yeah.
You know, like, you don't connect as much because it's a cartoon, but when you see the actress actually singing it, you're like, holy cow!
Yeah. It's
like
really
the
good.
whole part of your world, just my jaw dropped. The
Yeah.
whole song, that was incredible.
I told you guys this in the chat. The CGI in the beginning, I don't know, like the swimming underwater took me a second.
It took, yeah, me too. But once you get used to it, it's fine.
And it was like what in credit to like Aquaman, like 2018, like that's pristine to me. And even Black Panther 2 was better. And then I'm like I know this is I get it. It's a live action remake of an animated.
It
so
still
it's like
had some stylistic,
yeah.
obvious things. It's like,
But
okay, it's real
I am
life,
nitpicking.
but like it's not real life. They
I'm
tried
with
to
you.
make it, yeah.
I'm with you. It's one of the better of the live action remakes.
Yeah.
Again, I'm still not overly thrilled to see them. Like the Moana one drives me wild.
Makes no sense to me. But that's the thing. This one
'Cause-
did well, and it's a good one. So now we're not going to stop.
Yeah, I know. We're getting a Hercules one
And
too.
I'm not going to see. I'm not paying for any of these. I only paid for this one because it's Taylor's favorite movie.
Of course.
And I'm glad I did because it was good. So like, I'm not saying that I hate
It's
it.
okay
No, it was good.
to pay. It's like it's okay to. But then again, you're right because it's like you. How much can you support until you say I don't want to see these anymore?
Yeah,
You're right.
When all of them except like one, I haven't seen the first one they ever did, Cinderella, which most people love. So I haven't seen that one. But all the other ones, I'm
But-
like, okay, I already forgot that movie. All right. But when I go home, it's like, okay, I'm going to watch Lion King. Which one do I put on? The cartoon.
Oh, of course.
Like I don't put on the live
Well,
action.
yeah, I mean,
But yeah.
I always say Cruella is like the best, but
See, that one
she's
doesn't
really not a
count.
part. Yeah,
That's a prequel to me.
I know,
it's
it's
not a
so
remake.
good.
It's
That-
really good. I
that
like
was good,
Cruella.
yeah.
I do like Cruella, but like that's not a remake to me. But another thing that was weird too. I've said it on my Instagram story too. Is like this is now the second movie with a Javier Bardem character that's a Disney movie who is about a trident that controls the sea, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice.
yeah.
Cue your Phineas and Ferb there. That's my
That's your
Yeah.
2 cents.
my Phineas and Ferb callback there. But
But there you go.
no, like it's good. Like I liked it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a good time.
And even like the casting when they announced it, I don't know how many years ago now. I was like, oh, Melissa McCarthy.
Really,
I've never liked her.
I felt like she was going to be fine.
But then when I watched it, she was not bad. I was like, wow,
she was good.
even she did good. Like that's how you know it was pretty good.
Yep.
Some of the editing was a little weird, and I feel like the Eric song felt just like the Beast song from Beauty and the Beast. I was like, did we just copy and paste?
Oh yeah, the
Beast
Eric song I was kind of bored out of my mind.
Yeah, and then it just jumps. He's like on the island singing, and then like cuts, and he's out in the middle of the ocean on a boat. I'm like, what just happened? Where did we get here?
He was just waiting for the scuttlebutt.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
That's all he was waiting for.
Aside from the Scuttlebutt song, though, Aquafina is cool too. I like her as Scuttle.
Yeah,
I really like the V to Sebastian.
It was. Oh yeah, Sebastian was great.
Yeah.
I love Sebastian. I was a little. I did like the scene that they put in there, like of Eric showing like Ariel all of his treasures and things that he's found.
That
That's
was
like
cool.
that.
In his little library.
That edition was really cool because
Yeah.
it kind of built them a little bit better.
Yeah. I was really underwhelmed by Under the Sea though, because in the cartoon you just see he says this fish plays this instrument and then you show it.
Oh yeah.
But then in the new one he's like the fish plays the thing and they don't show it. It's just okay. Are you just saying it because it's lip service?
I remember
Or, like,
that. I remember that, and I kept thinking to myself, I wonder if they tried that and if it looked
It
ridiculous.
just looked weird, maybe. Yeah, I'm like, I don't.
And
know.
I appreciate them leaving that out if it looked bad.
True.
'Cause they could have
If
gone-
they put out some behind the scenes in 20 years or whatever, and I'm like, oh,
Did
that
you
looks
see the
bad.
behind the scenes of her on the turtles?
No,
it's,
I need
it's
to
really
look it up.
funny.
I bet. Is it just like a green hump on the ground that she's sitting on and
No,
like,
it's
slides
green,
along?
green people.
Oh, really? She's
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
sitting on like the back of someone.
The back of someone, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I need to see that. But what else? There was one more thing I was going to say about it, but I forget. I don't know.
What's the scuttlebutt about what you were going to say about it?
I don't know. It's
got on that.
the who said what did, who did something. I'm trying to get it down.
Of course you
Trying
are.
to get it down.
God.
Okay, boomer.
That's as far as news. There really isn't anything big.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God!
didn't even. All the what's it called? Jeez, I can't talk. Everything leading up before the movie. What are they called? Not prequels. Previews. There we
trailers.
go. I'm stupid.
Yeah.
All the trailers and stuff I wasn't even watching. I was on my phone because like I don't care about half those movies. But
Oh, the trailers! I love
Yeah.
watching the trailers. Sometimes something surprises me.
I was already not gonna pay money to see Haunted Mansion. But of course, no, I'm definitely not. But
Really? You didn't
Yeah.
like that trailer?
no, I haven't even watched the new trailer.
Oh no!
Like, yeah.
You seriously looked down at your phone during that trailer?
Yeah.
You didn't even give it the minute and a half.
No, I didn't watch any of those trailers.
Wow. All right.
Because I'm not paying for Jared Leto. Like, I can't name a.
Do
good
we know
thing
it's
he's
him
been
for
in.
sure? Like
He's cast in it. I don't know what character he is, but I don't care. Like I
well,
just don't want to.
everything
watch
we've
it.
seen of the Hatbox Ghost, you cannot tell it's him. It looks
If
like
it
the
is him,
Hatbox
then
Ghost.
from the trailers that came out like a year ago, it looks fine. But I haven't watched anything new.
Okay.
But I'm barely even excited for Indiana Jones right now because it's just all the stuff. I'm like, I guess I'll pay money to see it. But
You don't need to see Indiana Jones 5.
I
All
don't.
the
Kyle, what do you think?
I don't know what Kyle thinks.
We'll talk soon.
Oh, whoop.
Kyle's mom.
Oh,
No,
ooh.
Kyle's mom. I don't know. Well, I do know what she thinks, but
Kyle was the
Better
scuttlebutt.
forget with the new set of toes. Oh,
Kyle, I mean, Kyle's gonna be first in line for it. I'm going to see Spider-Verse 2 this weekend.
nice with Spider Horse and Spider
Yes,
Spider and
Spider Evan.
Yeah,
it's gonna
I'm
be from
sure.
Earth 6969.
Yeah,
Spider Evan Boucher.
I hope so.
It's gonna be your worst nightmare.
Sounds ridiculous.
I'm gonna get rich one year and then just one year, one
One
day,
year.
and then just like publish a comic book called Spider Evan just to piss
Please
you
do.
off. In a multiverse connected to Marvel. I don't care.
There
Marvel.
is.
You don't have to.
You don't need to make it. I'm sure.
Yeah,
There's
I'm
infinite
going to publish it
multiverses,
so somebody in the year like 3057 finds
you
it.
go.
You
It'll
know,
be long gone.
after Trump's 470th presidency.
Oh, jeez.
He somehow.
Can you imagine if
I'm
it's
kidding.
him versus our governor? Like, who you gonna vote for? Like, ugh.
Oh, no, it won't be because one of them has to win the nomination for
I
the
know.
party they're running for.
But yeah, thank God. 'Cause it's like, ugh.
No, they're all terrible, Evan. From
That's facts.
top to bottom. You
Yeah,
kidding
that's
me?
facts. It's like you have to pick a lesser of two evils.
Kidding me? There has to
Yeah.
be an age cap on the presidents.
There should
They're
be.
too
No,
old.
yeah, there should be.
I'm white and I'm getting sick and tired of the white men, the old white man.
Yep. White men are
Christ.
fine. It's the old white men that are not fine.
Their mental capacities are that of a fudge cookie from Nabisco that's stale 5.5 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
100%.
how the hell does this guy keep passing a test? Like, see, I'm going off.
Is he taking the test? Are we sure it's really
no,
him?
he probably took it with his butthole with
Yeah.
a paintbrush.
With his scuttlebutt. That's what.
yeah,
he did.
with his scuttlebutt.
Scuttlebutt.
Ugh.
That new intern's Kylo Ren, right?
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
There we go.
Kylo Ren could well.
He would be a great Supreme Leader
No,
because he was
wow.
a great Supreme Leader for a brief amount of time.
What did he do about taxes?
He
Do
was
we know
the
that? I'd like to see
Supreme
that.
Leader.
Do you have any literature on what he did for taxes when he was Supreme Leader?
I haven't
for the
got
First
that yet.
Order.
I'll file a report.
All right, a vault.
Yes.
Maybe I should go to Lieutenant Croy.
You should. He knows much more than me.
Oh yeah, he does. We know that. Yeah.
Man.
I think. Yeah. Anything cool coming up this weekend?
Nah, not really.
No, I know. Who the hell am I talking to? Yeah,
Right.
of course you don't. Yeah.
But I have heard that on Batu, one of the speeders is gone again in the garage.
I did see
that's good
that it was
they're-
not there.
They're fixing and painting those and keeping those up. So that's nice.
I was on about two
They'll
last.
put a little bit of money in there sometimes, but not on Rise,
Yeah.
apparently.
Oh no, that's right. I didn't talk about
That's
that.
some news there. They just don't care about the
Rise
greatest
is
ride.
crippling, man. Hey,
Yeah.
take that 300 mil and spend it on Rise. I said that in my survey I filled out about my visit yesterday.
Good.
So first off, BB-8 didn't work on our Halcyon trip, and it didn't work
Jeez.
last night in the recruitment ready room, right? The prep room. That's what it's called technically.
Something like that, yeah.
You
Prep
don't
the
know?
ready room for recruits.
Yeah.
Ready room.
So
Yeah.
so the ready room.
Yeah.
So BB-8 wasn't there, so they cut out the tiny bit of the beginning where Ray thanks BB-8.
Yeah.
By the way, do you know at the end of that she says something about
Thanks for joining the
joining the
cause.
cause. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
they're Ray. You know,
Yep.
where's the conspiracy that I'm in cahoots with Ray?
There is one
So-
somewhere, I'm sure.
Thank you.
After
Yeah.
you get off the Halcyon, you
On-
probably talk to Ray more because you've already contacted her on the ship. So
Yeah,
I'm sure
on-
you've talked to her more.
On Earth 420 Wookiee tree.
There you go.
I in Star Wars War of the Worlds. So then you get out. The transport worked. You get down. The cruisers worked. Now I have to say, I absolutely loved There's a cast member now telling you which side of the line to go into.
Most of the time, yeah. If they have the staffing, they put one there.
Well, when they do, I appreciate that.
Me too.
Because it makes that line a lot easier to deal
Yeah.
with.
They stole that because I've said it 1,000 times. I'm not going down a rabbit hole of the other things I've said, but Guardians is so damn efficient. This is something they've stole from Guardians.
The Guardians
And they've
is
done
very
it at
efficient
Tron
with it.
too. Now they put someone at that merge and said, "Go left,
Oh,
go right."
oh, they did. Good.
Tron has it, Rise has it
I
because
keep-
Guardians did it. So
I
they've
keep
learned.
running into issues with Tron. I can't.
I've
ever
only done
since
the
I
boarding
got-
group once, and I got 5, and I was like, "Whoa, lucky."
Oh, we did. Oh, I did Keys to the Kingdom last weekend.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
completely forgot about that.
I know. I completely forgot about it too.
We can finish complaining about Rise, but then get into
Yes,
that.
I will. So
Please.
Rise of the Resistance. You get to the part. The probe droid works. You're like, okay, everything's
go.
great. Everything in the pre-show seemed to be kicking except for BB-8. Lieutenant Beck was working, so you're like, okay.
There you go. Okay.
And then you get to the bridge where Kylo's talking to Hux, and Kylo didn't turn around.
Doesn't move at all.
Doesn't move at
Just a
all. It's
statue.
the first time I've ever seen him not move in that position.
Man.
Have you ever seen that in malfunction before?
Yeah, and I've seen it with Hux too, where Hux doesn't
Oh,
move.
okay.
Yeah. It's kind of weird.
So that was a little off for me, and then the walking worked with the projection of the saber, and then his saber worked through the lift,
There you go.
and then
Of course, the guns don't.
the
'cause
cannons
they
didn't
never
work,
will.
and then he was in B mode. So
Yeah, man, it's a rough day.
it was rough for Rise.
Jeez. Now, I've seen, not in person, but I have seen a video of the whole pre-show not working. The hologram for Rey doesn't work.
Yeah,
They just put her on the screens instead of the hologram.
Oh.
So, yeah. And that's with no BB-8. It's no BB-8, no Rey. It's just her on the screen.
Oh,
So,
interesting. I see.
yeah.
I've walked right through the pre-show backstage
do
into the hangar. I did that in
Oh, yeah.
April of
I've done
2021.
that once. If the ITS doesn't work, that's what they do.
They just-
walk you
I
into the
hate that.
finalizer.
God,
I'm glad I've done it once, but yeah.
I don't want to do it ever again.
No. It just doesn't make sense.
If it doesn't work, like next time I go, I think I would just turn around and be like, no.
Yeah, I'd be like,
What's
can
the
I get
point?
a lightning lane?
Yeah.
Or they
Yeah.
probably say no. So it's like, whatever.
Actually, when I was there, and I've said this on air before, this was 2 years ago, but I went to guest services and then went to one of the people checking boarding groups at Rise at the time, and they did let me back on when it was back up and running.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So it was just the ITS that was down?
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do that because that is a ride. You're
yes.
on something
that's
that moves
that's a ride
around.
element. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's part of the story because you
That
go
too.
from caves to the hangar. Like,
Yeah,
how the fuck
how
did I
could
get
you
in
just
space?
walk from the Resistance caves to the finalizer? That's good. Yeah.
and didn't feel a damn thing, and then walked backstage what looks like a common hallway.
Right? Just plain gray hallways.
So I did Keys of the Kingdom.
Cool.
A lot of great information on it. I don't want to spoil too much because I want to encourage people to go do that.
But
tour.
there's stuff even Disney nerds would learn, right?
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
learned stuff from it.
I did.
so-
I did.
Oh, okay.
Talking about the windows going down Main Street, that stuff I knew, but like sitting there and talking about it and hearing a little bit more in depth stories from this individual. 'Cause she was great. Name's Caitlin. She was
Nice.
from Philadelphia. She was from Philadelphia. And there's a bunch of other stuff. I like how they have lunch ready for you to go pretty quickly. They have it, when you get there.
Is lunch from someplace? or is
Pico
it just
Bills.
it's
Pecos Bills, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and when you check in, you order your lunch right from them.
Nice.
Like, here's what we have. They give
just
you like
check
6
off what
options.
you want.
Yeah, you just tell one of the tour operators what you want, and they put the order and have it ready for you.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was really cool. We went on one attraction in Jungle Cruise, and our tour guide took over the microphone,
What?
and we got like behind the curtain information about Jungle Cruise.
And of course, the boat was only the tour.
Yes,
Like,
it was
wasn't-
only the
No
tour.
resort fatties.
No resort phase.
Okay, good. Good.
We got to go on. We skipped everybody, even Lightning Lane. We got to go on the exit.
Dang, I kind of wish we would have done that Jungle Cruise with our VIP tour, because it would have been just us. But we wouldn't have got the backstage
No,
knowledge.
we would have
It
not
would
gotten
just been
this
a
type of
skipper.
because she was talking about like certain parts, like this does that. Like you only see the top half here.
Yeah.
You'll feel it in a second. We bump. The reason why the waterfall is here is because they put like different things into the water. Like I'm being vague on purpose because I want people to actually go do this.
Nice.
So, and then of course,
I'm sure the skippers love that too. It's like, I can finally
take
have
a break. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't have to talk for the next 12 minutes. Ugh.
No. And then finally you end in the Utilidors. I saw there's like a shrine or like a display to the infamous Imagineers.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's one for like the goats. Like
The
Claude
goats.
and Mark Davis.
Yeah,
and,
Mark Davis, yeah. And then
It's in a weird
mean,
corner, right? Like
I'm
it's
really-
not even like it's like kind of unceremonious. It's like, oh, here's this cool display. Like
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's like you would expect it to be, but then again, you're also like it feels like you're in the home of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
less pizza though. Sadly.
Much less pizza, yes. But we saw some of the magic broken, so to speak, with characters. I mean,
right, but that's what you're there for. Like,
yeah,
that's
that
fine.
was cool. Seeing kind of Cinderella not give a shit. And then
That's dope.
I saw a Rapunzel, and then
The Rapunzel. What are you
yes,
talking about?
the and Eeyore wasn't looking too hot. I'll just say that.
Or he was looking really hot because it's temperature wise.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was
and no,
burning
no,
up.
it wasn't that. Bits and pieces of them were in different places
Yo,
and crumbled up. I loved the playlist down there of the Utilidors. It was non-Disney music.
really?
Yeah,
Just like pop hits or just
yeah,
like
yeah.
the radio?
Everybody Wants to Rule the World was on. Like
That's funny.
Somebody was playing 80s. Oh, speaking of
Nice.
Everybody Wants to Rule the World, I'm on ride. I've slowed down ride 105 of Cosmic
You
Rewind.
have slowed down. I was expecting like 200. by now.
No.
Dang.
105 did it today. I needed Conga to get all 6 in a row, like back to back.
Back-to-back visits, just all 6.
I got Conga.
Wow.
Today completed my 6 in a row.
I bet
like
that's
from-
hardly ever happened. Like, what are the odds?
I was
I'm not good at math.
I was looking at it. I looked at it 2 rides ago, and I was like, "Oh shit! All I need are September and Conga, and I have all of them in a row."
Wow.
And then I got September, and I'm like, "Okay." And then I'm like, "I'm not getting Conga
How
today."
close was this in like a 2-week span, a 3-week span? Is it close enough where you can like definitively say this one's my favorite now? Like,
Everybody Wants to Rule the World is still my favorite.
okay,
Yeah, that one's always been. So on April 8th, I got Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Then April 14th, I ran. April 30th, Disco Inferno. May 15th, One Way or Another. May 23rd, September, and June 1st today, Conga.
yeah. So in like a span of a month,
Yeah.
basically,
Yeah.
month and a half, one
Pretty
every
much.
week. Yeah,
And it's crazy. The last time I got Conga, before today, which March 31st, the same row 7, and I had row 7 today.
conspiracy.
It is. I log the date I ride it, the song I get, and the row.
Day of the week? Do you log that too?
No, I don't.
I mean, you could always look
I
back.
could
and see.
go look back.
Be like,
Evan,
if you go
really
on
like me
Wednesday
today. Yeah.
at 2 p.m., you get this song.
Yeah. I think Brad said he's on his way to us. So we're about wrapping up. Anything you want to say, Evan, before we leave it today and thank the people for listening to another Galaxy famous episode of Jedi Talk. Because they're following us at
Halcyon
Jedi Talk
approves.
Podcast, by the way. At
They should
Jedi
be.
Talk
This is the
Podcast on
podcast
Instagram.
you're looking for. That's for sure.
It is.
So I'm retiring hello there, but I can use that as an Obi-Wan reference there.
All right,
But
there we go.
I've gone to see the live-action Little Mermaid now meet and greet at Hollywood Studios
Ooh, yeah.
a couple times, and she is amazing. She's a lot of fun.
That's good.
She is a lot of fun.
I think I'll look forward to checking that out soon.
Yeah, and she tends to reference something from the movie a lot, but it's like a forgotten plot point in the live-action movie they added. Something about was it the Coral Moon or the Coral Festival?
Yes.
Like,
The coral.
what the hell happened to that? It's like a thing in the first 5 minutes, and then never comes up.
They talk about it
Like,
again. The
all
Coral
the
Moon
sisters
is
have
what.
gathered for the Coral Moon,
Yeah.
and then nothing happens. What
Oh,
is the
they made
Coral
mention
Moon?
of it. I remember picking up on it, but I didn't care that much to like remember it coming back. But
that was
yeah.
the thing I forgot to mention earlier. I'm like, what is this plot point that's brought up and then dropped? But anyway, the meet and greet's awesome. The room is cool. She's got a lot of props, and it's really pretty in there. But definitely go. The wait is always posted much higher than it is.
Oh,
So if you want to go, like I think, and Taylor went too one day, and it was like posted at like an hour, but it was really like 30 minutes.
oh, okay.
So like,
Not too
definitely
shabby.
go. Yeah, middle of the day is when she went. So I think that's probably the best time.
Okay.
But
Very good.
it's a great meet and greet, great addition to studios. Because it's like the only, aside from Rey and Vi, the only face character they have that you can like
That's
talk to.
true.
All the other ones don't talk.
That's
So
true. That's
it's
true.
nice.
Damn.
Chewie talks, I guess. But you know, I'm being stupid now. So yeah, that is it though. Follow us at Jedi Talk Podcast and
YouTube.com/Jedi Talk. Everybody, thanks for listening today. We'll see you next time. May the Force be with you.
always and good journey.
Rise, Jedi Knight.
yes,
Oh, damn it.
anything goes. Who'd ever guess? Our
Yeah,
little
did it again.
Ariel's marriage
And I meant to say
material
Tabuite.
friend of the
Tabuite.
call it